Welcome to CIT178 Relational Databases. I am your instructor, Lisa Ballback, and I'm just going to give you a little brief overview of the course and talk about what you need to complete for this first week of school. You'll notice at the top of the course, I have several buttons that link to different sites. These are resource sites that you can use. If you feel like there's something that you're a little fuzzy on, you went through the assignment, something that you feel like you need to look up and learn a little bit more about, these resources will help you. The very last one takes you to the IT specialist exams, which we are going to be using for a final exam in this course. We're using the IT specialist database exam. It is replacing the MTA exams. MTA exams are being retired. And so the IT specialist exams, these are professional certification exams that are now going to be used instead of the MTA exams. So this link takes you to all of those tests. Then below that, there is a link to the live stream office hours. And I've got the office hours listed. So if you click on the link and it is during my office hours, it will take you into a waiting room and then I will admit you into office hours. It's a great place for you to go and get help. And it's live one-on-one help because I'm right in there. You can share your screen and we can take care of the problem. Then below that, I have links to our different social media. And quite frequently, we have events that students can attend. A lot of our events are with employers, which is great for networking. And we also have events that are just fun. So we post events to the different social media. And we also post jobs and internships there. So you're definitely going to want to follow one of those so you don't miss out on anything. Then you'll see news and announcements from your instructor. And basically every week when I finish correcting the assignments, I post a message, like I'll say, assignments from week 1 have been corrected. And so that's kind of your clue to come into Moodle, come into the course, click course dashboard and take a look at your grades. In all of my classes, I do allow students to resubmit and then they can get any points back that they missed. So when I go through and correct, I will, if there's a problem, I will indicate what the problem is, how you can fix the problem, and how many points I deducted. Okay, then if you want to get those points back, you fix the problem and resubmit. I have found, especially in our field, that you learn a lot by correcting errors. In fact, I think you learn more by correcting your errors than if you never made an error. Okay, so I don't think that making errors is a bad thing. Okay? I think it's just part of learning in our field. Okay, so by all means, resubmit if you have lost points, and then you'll get those points back and you'll learn more. Student and questions and answers. This is for you guys to share information with each other. It is not a forum that I go into. So if it's a question about the course or about an assignment, you really should ask me directly. So this is just questions that you can ask each other. And how I've set up the course is by week. And so right now you're only looking at one of the weeks. We have lots of weeks in this semester, but I only show one for the first week. And then you'll gradually see more weeks appear. In fact, that's something that I typically will post an announcement, especially if people have completed the week 1 assignment early, I will try to open up week 2 so that I don't hold anybody up, because it's not a problem in this class to work a little bit ahead. So you will see everything organized by week with the most recent week at the top. And so to kind of help you guys out, I do put the date range in here, just because, you can imagine if you have like 13 weeks, that's a lot to look at. So I think it's helpful to have the dates. And so you'll open up the block. And in this first week, we have what I call housekeeping activities. So this is where you get the syllabus and our assignment schedule. This is where, you complete a couple things so that you guys can get to know each other. And we actually are going to go through the first chapter. So everything that we are going to do for each week is at the top. Okay, so right below the block, when you open it up, is a list of what we are going to complete and the due date. Okay, so everything is pretty much due at the end of the week. Okay, so for this first week, you are definitely going to want to read the syllabus. I encourage you to read the welcome message as well. It's not that long. It just kind of talks about expectations and how the course is set up. The syllabus is super important. It has the office hours in here, the email, my office phone. This is the course description from our college catalog. And it's got a list of materials. So you do need a book for the class. This is a Murac book, which is Murac books are used by developers that are out in the field. So it is a book that a SQL Server administrator might have. Okay, so it is a professional reference book. In addition to the book, you are also going to need to install SQL Server 2019 Developer. That's the one that I would install. It is free. And you'll also need the SQL Server Management Studio. And links to both are in the week 1 block. So we'll take a look at those in a minute. In addition, you are going to need Word and Excel and PowerPoint in this class. If you do not have them, you can get them free because you are an NMC student. So all the software you need is free. Then we get into our general ed outcomes. So this class does assess critical thinking. Kind of makes sense, based on what we're doing. And then we also have what's called learning outcomes. And these are just kind of general topic areas that you will be developing and learning throughout the semester. Then we get into grading. In this class, we have 1,000 points. And so your grade is a percentage of those points. Okay, and that's all broken down into this table. And then how do you get points? These are the different activities that we will be doing in this class that will accumulate points. And then this page is just kind of explaining what those different activities are. And I will let you guys read through that. Everything else, I think you can read through. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you have questions, let me know. The college syllabus, if you've never read it before, these are college policies. So make sure you read that. It's the same for all courses. So if you have read through it in another course, then you know what's in the college syllabus because it's the same as the college syllabus in my course. We get to the assignment schedule. This is something you should print out because it will help keep you on track. It is organized by week, and it's kind of set up just like the blocks in our course. In fact, week by week, what you see in here should match what's at the top of the block. Okay, and what I tell students to do, if they print this out, as you complete things, it's really helpful if you just cross it off, because then that keeps you on track. Because most of the time, you're not just going to sit and get everything done in one sitting. Like you'll work on some of it, and then you'll get pulled away, and you'll come back, and it's easy to skip something. So if you just cross it off, that does help you stay on track. And let's see, if you're going to be on campus, make sure you watch the campus safety video. And I realize that this is an online class, but sometimes students have to go to campus and use the computers there because their computer is getting repaired, or for whatever reason, it can't run the software. So they go into the Osterlin library and use the business pods there, or they go into the Innovation Center and use the computers there. So if you're on campus doing work for class, you should be familiar with the campus safety video. Then we get to your first assignment, which is the student profile glossary. So what you're going to do is go in here and you're going to add a new entry. Okay, and then it'll say, let me see, concept. So this is where you're going to put your own name. And then you're going to upload a picture. Okay, and so when you upload that picture, it is kind of important once you've uploaded that you resize it. So let me see. Here, we'll put one of my puppy here. I actually want pictures of you, not your puppy, but I already added a picture of me. So we'll select this and you can see, oh, this is like such a big picture. So you need to make it more of a thumbnail size. So if you change it to 150 pixels and press tab, it'll automatically size it so that it is appropriate. Okay, and then below the picture, you can add a sentence about yourself or a hashtag about yourself. And then you will go ahead and save it. Now, where this shows up, this is kind of a way for you guys to get to know each other. This is going to show up in the sidebar in the student spotlight. So you can see I've already added one for myself. And so I kind of like this Confucius quote. So I added that and then I did some hashtags. And this is me with my granddaughter. So you guys will all be adding only, write what you're comfortable writing. Just be aware that every time you come in here, you're going to see a different student in the class. And if you hit refresh or reload, it'll also show you different people. So it's kind of fun. And it appears in the sidebar. Another thing that you'll see in the sidebar is that I've got my office hours listed here. So the office hours are now listed in 3 different places. They're in the live stream link. They are in the syllabus and they're also here. So hopefully you guys all know when you can find me in my private Zoom room. And I also included a LinkedIn profile. So for those of you on LinkedIn, you can see what my work background is, my certifications, all of that stuff. Then after you do your profile glossary, you're going to do the discussion forum. And you guys are going to introduce yourselves to each other. So you can see I did one. And so I always overshare. So you guys do not need to type anything this long. But, let me know if you have a nickname you prefer, what your major is, maybe how long you've been going to NMC, what your background is. If you've worked with SQL before, that would be a great thing to tell me and each other. And so you can see that I kind of went through what my background is. as far as work and kind of how I got to this point in my career, what other types of courses I have taught, what I do in my free time. Okay. And so, like I said, you guys can just share whatever you're comfortable with. Okay. You do not have to overshare like I did. And so that kind of ends our orientation activities. Once you get done with the orientation activities, I'm going to go ahead and hide the sidebar again. Then you're going to read through key points from chapter 1. Okay, and once you finish that, then chapter 1 is not a hands-on chapter. Chapter 1, it gives you basically background information on relational databases. Okay, so this is kind of a more of a theoretical kind of chapter. So you'll go through that chapter, and then you are going to need to download and install the software. So I do have videos that I did when I installed the software, although everybody's computer system is a little bit different. Here is a link to the developer edition and to SSMS and to a couple of databases that you need to install. Okay, there's 3 of them. When you install this software, the most important thing that you need to remember is that you have to install SQL Server first and then install SSMS. Okay, so the order that you install this should be the order that I have here. Okay, and so this video shows you how to install the software, and then this video shows you how to install these databases. And if you run into any problems, you can come into my office hours, share your screen, and I can help you. Okay, then below that, I have some resources. So at the end of the chapter, there are terms. And so what I've done here is I've kind of defined them for you. So this is kind of for your own information. And then some students actually like to watch PowerPoints when they're going through chapters. So I'm providing that as well. So that is our first week. You will notice that I do have database resources and software. This is all kind of optional. You will notice that I included some ebooks and handouts. These are just additional resources for you. The database files are the same ones that you are downloading in week 1. So just another section where everything is organized for you. If you have any questions or if you run into problems, please let me know. Have a great week, and I am excited to be working with all of you.